Hi, welcome back, and let's put the spotlight on India's defense sector. Let's analyze India's defense push, and we'll be talking to Paris Defense, and let's analyze demand traction within the defense space, new product offerings within the defense sector, and for the company is further diversification on the cards. What's the revenue targets from defense exports, and what synergies from Himmani Thermal acquisitions coming up? Also opportunities from budget announcements. The stock currently is down almost more than 1%. But then we are joined by Mr. Amit Mahajan, Director, Paris Defense and Space Technologies. Amit, hi. Morning. Welcome to the show. Okay, so from a defense industry standpoint, what are the new product offerings in this particular space, and how does the demand traction looks like to you?
From a defense technology standpoint, currently, as we've seen over the past few months, one technology segment that has taken limelight is air defense. So air defense is a very complex, you can say, environment. And for this, there are multiple technologies are at play. One is interception or detection of an aerial target to identification of that, recognizing that target, and then intercepting that target. So these are the areas that are covered by air defense. Now, what happens is the problem is why it is complex is because the aerial targets today vary from a very big aircraft to a very, very small drone. And that's what makes the whole environment very challenging and very interesting at the same time. So there is a layered strategy for air defense, and you would find Paras contributing to almost all layers of the air defense requirements.
Right, Mr. Mahajan, also the company has recently formed a subsidiary linked to the avionics space. Is this a step forward further in the further diversification, and how does it impact your product mix?
The company intends to start two subsidiaries. One is into avionics and one is into semiconductors. We wouldn't call it as diversification because our intent of forming both these subsidiaries are in the same supply value as the same value chain as we are looking at. So with avionics, we will be expanding our footprint into avionics. We will be able to bring in technologies, manufacture here in India, and then support the avionic technologies, which we are in a small way doing it today as well. On the semiconductor side, we are looking at doing a very high performance advanced packaging technology here. And yes, it's a lower in value chain, but we feel this will have a huge impact when it comes to self-reliance in technology, and also will give us the necessary scale to become an exporter of certain technologies beyond just the Indian market.
All right, Amit, also with India promoting defense exports, does Paris Defense anticipate significant revenue from its international clients?
Yes, the company today, about a couple of years back, I always used to keep saying that export is our plan B. But as the natural business progresses, the more and more domestic business you do, the more quantities you start delivering to your domestic customers, your quality and your production readiness becomes international ready. Along with that, your credibility in terms of supplies and in terms of a partner for a foreign customer becomes better and better. Also, what has happened about a year back also gave a lot of confidence worldwide that Indian technologies are now field proven. This gives a lot of motivation for the foreign customer to come to India to procure technologies grown in India. We are a benefactor of that. We are expecting good amount of revenues coming in from exports. May not be as much as domestic, but it will grow over a period of time, much better than what we've seen in the past years. And this curve is likely to improve in the coming years.
Also, Mr. Mahajan, the company has recently acquired 49% stake in Himmani Thermal, which caters to the space and the airborne applications. Moreover, Himmani Thermal has nil turnover. Is this transaction margin accretive, and what potential synergies do you anticipate?
So this is in line with our MechTech thermal. It's the same technology, and the reason for the acquiring stake is only such that we can expand and establish infrastructure under this, and we should be able to cater to sizable demand not only in the defense but also in the space sector when it comes to thermal management.
All right, Amit. Recently, the budget gave a strong impetus to the semiconductor space, and India has entered into certain coalitions at a global level as well. Now, in that direction, what's your outlook on the semiconductor space?
So semiconductor space is a very, very interesting technology to enter into. Like a few, rounds going on as to who should enter into semiconductors, and the answer is everyone, because there is huge amount of push to get into this technology. There is a good amount of support which is available to, and incentives available to get into this technology. So if you are serious about self-reliance, you have to be in semiconductors. Like there are global coalitions happening, so is Paras looking at a coalition to bring in technology of the 2.5D or 3D advanced packaging, with which we should be able to cater to first optics, which is our core forte, and then expand beyond optics to AI, beyond high performance embedded computing, and then also explore other markets. This not only for domestic requirement, but also an extremely potent export potential coming out of this particular infrastructure.
All right, Mr. Mahajan, on that note, thank you so much for taking the time out, joining us on the show. It was a pleasure to have you. And well, with that, it's a wrap on this edition of Buy Now, Sell Now. Kavit and I will be taking a leave. Thank you so much for tuning in.